Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be your motivation but also mine for getting out of a slump. I have been in a little bit of a rut and I want to turn that around. I am feeling like I am ready to be out of this, and I know in order to actually feel better and get out of this and feel like I'm moving along is to take that action and actually do something about it. I feel like sometimes when we feel like we're in the slump or we're stuck, we're waiting for the day that things are going to change or we're gonna feel perfect. But that's not really how it works, does it? How it works is we finally get fed up with it and we take some sort of action and we get up and we go do the things that we need to do. And that day is today. So it is Friday, like midday. I'm gonna first go to the gym because I feel like that's going to kickstart me into getting my life together. And then I'm gonna bring you through everything that I do just to really get myself up to the best version of who I am and how I usually live. And a pro tip for you guys, if you're trying to get out of a rut, I would suggest doing the thing that is the easiest to you instead of trying to do something that you think on paper is the right thing to do to get yourself out of a rut, because you might then have resistance to that thing and you might be procrastinating getting out of your rut even more because the thing that you're telling yourself to do just seems too daunting or too big. So for me right now, going to the gym actually feels pretty easy. I'm also not even going to be doing a leg day. I'm just going to do a treadmill workout and I just want to like get some energy moving. But maybe for you, the first thing that feels like the best is to get up and start cleaning or planning out your week or doing your self-care. But whatever it is, choose the thing that you have least resistance to, and it is not going to be perfect. And I think that that's what keeps us in a rut a lot of the times as well, is because we are trying to be perfect with everything, which perfect does not exist. We know this. Get out of your head about why you were in a rut or how much time you wasted or, oh my gosh, I'm not on my goals. None of that. Just drop it, because that mindset is not going to bring us to the version of us that we actually want. And if you keep telling yourself that you have ruined something, you have, until you stop telling yourself that. Let's go to the gym, get this energy moving, and let's get on with our weekend, because I am trying to feel so much better than I have been for the past like few days. Before I go to the gym, I am going to fill up my really big water bottle. This water bottle is from Bottle. If you're interested, I have so many of them and they're the best water bottles that I have honestly ever tried. I'm gonna make sure to get my headphones, and I'm honestly just gonna watch a YouTube video that is motivating to me until I'm ready to listen to music. And honestly, this is a pro tip. To get out of something that you have been stuck in, you wanna make it, yes, one, as effortless as possible, but also exciting. Choose the things that you're gonna be excited about and motivated with. So if you want to listen to your favorite playlist or watch a YouTuber or get all cute for the gym, whatever you have to do, just do it. You don't wanna make anything more dreadful than it probably has been seeming. So let's go to the gym. Okay, I am back from the gym and I had to cut my stretching early. That's why I didn't record any clips, because I forgot my water bottle, but it's fine. We did what we could. I am sweating. So my plan was to do 12, 3:30. I usually do my version, which is instead of doing an incline of 12, I do an incline of 15, because that's the highest that my treadmill can go on at around 3.3 miles per hour. Sometimes I do 3.4 depending on the music that I'm listening to, because then I will want to walk faster and for 30 minutes, but I was only able to do about 26 minutes at 12, and I did 3.4, I believe, for the majority of the time, and then I was basically tapped out and I really needed water. So that is fine. I'm feeling so good. I'm gonna quickly go into the shower and then I'll let you know what I'm using for products when it comes to self-care and what we get up to next. And we are back out of the shower. Listen, one of the things that makes me feel so much more alive and ready to take on life is focusing on my self-care. And I feel like self-care sometimes is the thing that will go first. I mean, there's so many things under self-care, like eating right, moving your body, taking showers, hygiene, all that kind of stuff. So if you are currently in a rut right now, I would suggest maybe taking some time, carving it out from your day to just take that everything shower or do that hair mask, do something. You don't have to make it a big thing. Like if it's gonna be too overwhelming, you don't wanna make it feel like a project or anything, but simply going into the shower for me, even if I'm not doing any of this, always makes me feel a little bit better. And I think the same thing can be true, like, you know, those days where you get ready just because and you realize just how much more confident you feel or ready to take on the day. Like sometimes doing something small like that can really just make an impact. So as you can see, I am putting on this face mask, and I'll show you guys the products that I use to wash my face, because I'm using 2 products right now to double cleanse when I have makeup on, because I actually did have a little bit of light makeup on because I had to record something. Let me just quickly put the rest of this on. Okay, nice and masked up. I'm using the Innisfree clay mask, if you're wondering. So in the shower, I didn't do too much. Like I didn't do like a shaving routine because I didn't really need to shave, but I did want to take care of my hair because I feel like when my hair feels gross or when my hair feels dry or not nourished, it actually messes with my mental health. Like it just doesn't make me feel good. So I went in with Love Your Curls Exfoliating Scalp Scrub. This is something I've been recently using and I really love this. It's like a charcoal texture and then you put it on obviously your scalp, and what I use is I use their little scalp scrubber and I just massage it into my roots and then I let that wash out, and then I just douse my hair with oil. This is Carol's Daughter Goddess Strength 7 oil blend, which I am obsessed with. I love. I talk about it all the time. And again, I just doused all my roots. I really like rubbed it in. It's all in my hair right now, and then I'm gonna sit underneath my hot cap and let that really just soak into my hair, and I'll just leave it overnight. And this is something that nourishes my hair so freaking much. And while this mask is on and my hair is under the hot cap, the next thing I'm going to do is some work, because I feel like doing work and planning things and getting my ideas and my mindset sorted makes me feel like my life is in control again. So let's talk about that. So when I am actively in a slump, I really am only doing the bare minimum, and I'm sure you guys can relate to that, of really just doing what you have to do, not things that you really want to do. And actually when I am in the slump, sometimes I like to make a notes app where I just say things to do, and I like to list out all of those things that keep nagging on me that make me feel really bad about being in the slump, because I think that usually we have really bad internal dialogue while we're going through things. And I feel like if I am not like completely ignoring my responsibilities, I will feel better. I have like a huge list of random thoughts and things that I needed to do, but it's been taking me a second to do. So those are the things that I kind of want to get done. And then I also love to just plan. The planner that I have, this is from Indigo Chapters. You guys ask me about my planner a lot. I don't even know, what is there a brand on this? There's not a brand. It looks like this. It has like a monthly calendar, and then it has like a weekly, like Monday to Friday situation. But I just like to look at the things that I have coming up or start planning my days a little bit better. I try not to be too structured. And I think this is a tip: when you're getting out of a slump, don't put too much on your plate. Just understand that most likely it's gonna take you a few days, like step by step by step by step, baby steps, to get yourself fully back to where you're at. Maybe not, but I like to give myself that leeway. I feel like today is the day where it's one of those baby steps, and I'm kind of like just seeing how much I can get done, and whatever I can't get done, I'm getting it done the next day. I'm not going to stress myself out about it. Like there's just not a reason to continue to stress about things that you're just not going to even end up doing, and or you just haven't done. There's just no point. It just makes everything more difficult. And also some things I like to do as well, maybe you guys can do this. I'm not going to do this today because I've already done it, but something that really inspires me is to make mood boards. If I've been really in a slump and just not inspired with life, like thinking about maybe the next summer, I mean, it's summer now, so the next few months of summer, things that you want to do, things that you want to accomplish, places you want to go with your friends, habits that you want to start again, different like health and wellness, like recipes or anything like that. Just getting excited about life, again, can be really helpful. So sometimes I'll go on Pinterest and I'll make a Pinterest board and just get inspired through pictures, and then make a little goals list for like July. I mean, July is basically coming up right now, so you could even do July goals just to anchor yourself down in something, because I feel like when we are down and out, even though we're down, we're not actually grounded and rooted in anything. We're not really rooted in any routines. We're not rooted in anything other than absolute anxiety and chaos. So I just find organizing my thoughts and my life really helps. So I'm gonna get this done and then we will convene when I take off my mask. Okay, quick intermission. I had to take off that mask because it was getting very solid on my face. Still want to go back and put my hair underneath the hot cap and do a little bit more planning, but I figured I would just do my skincare now. So it's so funny. I'm literally using all Innisfree products now because I'm obsessed with them. So I'm using their hyaluronic serum. And this is green tea seed hyaluronic serum. Also, if you want any links to the products, I will have them all down below, linked on my Like to Know It. You can just find anything that I talk about that I can find a link to down there. So let me read out some of the questions that you guys had in regards to being in a slump. Someone said, I need motivation to actually stick to everything that I'm putting in place for myself. If you struggle with sticking to the things that you're trying to put in place, usually I find it's either too much or they're not the right things for you. So I don't know what you're trying to put in place, but I always think about it when it comes to certain dieting or fitness or putting things on your plate when it comes to being productive. If you're constantly falling off, you might just not be able to do that workload, at least for the time being. And what I always like to do is when I'm trying to start something new in my life, I start very, very small so that I can actually attain that goal. And once I have hit that goal, then I will go for more. So for example, if I really want to be a girly who is always going to the gym, if I have struggled for a year straight being consistent with going to the gym, for me to continue to try and plan on Monday for me to go 3-4 times a week at the gym is really unrealistic. And I know it sounds a little bit harsh because it's like you want to, shoot for the stars and the moon and everything like that, but if you haven't been able to even go consistently for a year really at all and you're that all or nothing type of person, start so small. Start with one day out of the week you are going to the gym. One day. Even if you decide that you want to go for more, it doesn't matter. Or even if you want to go more, it doesn't matter. If you haven't been able to go once a week, then you really have no business setting that goal for yourself of doing like 3 to 4 times in a week. I mean, you can, but is that really going to pan out? Probably not. Now, I talk a lot about this self-sabotaging cycle that we fall into when it comes to health and wellness and body image and really glowing up to the best versions of ourselves in my book, The Ultimate Glow Up Guide. So I will have that link down below. If you have not read my book, I think that it shines a lot of light on those type of cycles. I was in those cycles for so long, so I would suggest getting my book, but take it from me, start very small. By the way, what I just put on my face was their green tea enzyme vitamin C brightening serum. I love this consistency because it's kind of like, you're not really gonna be able to see it, but it's like a gel type of clear gel, I guess. And it just works really, really well with my skin. I feel like my skin really loves like gel textured things. Someone said, how to stop feeling guilty for getting in a slump in the first place. Listen, I have been there and I still have to work through it. But at the end of the day, for one, what is the point on kicking yourself while you're already down? It just doesn't do anything. Like, you ruminate on the fact that you haven't hit your goals does absolutely nothing. You think you're doing the most for yourself by being a tyrant on yourself and picking on yourself because you haven't done these things, but the truth is it doesn't help in one aspect of your life for you to always be putting yourself down for the things that you have not accomplished. And the other side of that, honestly, is you need to understand that life happens. And I think that you guys need to go watch my previous video. I'll have it linked down below where I talk about the shedding season of becoming a new version of you. There is just going to be days, weeks, months sometimes where you're going through things, okay? You're not perfect. You're never going to be perfect. And I think that that is why a lot of people, and why I have, and I've talked about this in my book and in my content all the time, why I struggled for so many years to even feel like I was consistent or, out of these cycles is because I was looking for perfection. I was looking for a life where I never got into a slump. I never felt emotions. I never was sad. I was never depressed. I was never any of these things. And it's not to say that you want to set yourself up for, you know, oh, there's going to be days I'm going to be really depressed or whatever. But the truth is, life happens, right? You're a cyclical being. Even for myself, like, I cycle sync a lot. So my mood will fluctuate. My energy will fluctuate. I know a lot of you guys struggle with PMDD. I definitely have mild forms to moderate sometimes, depending on where my self-care practices are in that month, and that really takes you down. Like, it really like doesn't make you really excited for life. So just understanding that, I think that that has been such a huge part of my journey of actually getting out of slumps even quicker and really just riding the wave and no longer even looking at the fact that I'm in a slump realistically. The way I look at these type of days is like, it's just a new day, and today I'm deciding to take care of myself more. Like, it's not this huge thing. Even if I've spent so many days in this energy, I really, really try my hardest not to berate myself through this process. Last thing I did was I went in with their Cherry Blossom Glow Jelly Cream. Guys, so I just started using this one. They have another cream, but I figured I would use the gel one because I like gel. It's literally clear. Unreal. I don't, guys, you guys know I love skincare, and if I don't like a skincare brand, I will not like talk about it, but I love this. So if you are interested in Innisfree anything, you got the green light from me because I love it. Someone also asked advice for when you want to be your best version of yourself, but everything seems like too much work. I think I've already kind of answered this. Take it slow. Like, things feel like too much work because you're putting too much on your plate. And I know you want to strive for greatness and, you know, hit all these 1,000,000 goals, but at the end of the day, it's like, first of all, relax. Like, we don't need to rush the process of anything. And second of all, look at your patterns. Like, if you're not able to hit all these goals, then stop putting so much on your plate. Let it go. You're not a failure just because you can only go to the gym once a week, or you are only like planning a part of your day to be productive and the rest you're gonna like leave up to see how you feel. I know that that's not something that we're really trained, and I think that a lot of people who are into self-development, we have this like controlling, we really want to get a bunch of work done, we want to hit goals, we feel really, really bad about ourselves if we don't, because this is really just, at the end of the day, a protection part of us that has served us in our lives to feel good about ourselves, or for us to feel like we're in control of our lives. But realistically, like, how is that actually making you feel controlled in your life? It's not. And realistically, this battle is internal, okay? You're battling with yourself. So how can you get the parts of you that want to strive for greatness, but also the parts of you that clearly need to slow down? How can you get them into harmony? Well, that looks like taking one part in consideration to the other when it comes to certain things in your life. And that is a journey. You are not going to know everything off the bat. It takes a lot of slowing down and listening to yourself and not being so hard on yourself. So with that said, skincare is done. I'm gonna go back under the heat cap and finish my planning, and then we'll see what we get up to next. Okay, planning is done. Next thing that I know is going to make me feel 10 times better is cleaning my space. And if you can't get yourself to do anything, at least put on a good playlist and clean your space. You will actually feel like your whole life is just renewed. If you guys want my playlist, then I'll have it linked down below on Spotify, because I make a lot of playlists and I post them on Instagram for you guys to listen to. I have house music, I have country music, I have hip hop, R&B. I literally have it all. That's what I'm gonna do right now, but I'm gonna show you the state of my apartment, okay? Because I am not perfect. My apartment is a freaking mess. And am I gonna regret putting this on the internet? Probably. But if this just helps at least one person understand that life is not perfect, even somebody who's coming online and showing you that I'm being productive and motivated, then I'm okay with it. So here's the area where we throw things on because we're too lazy to hang them up, and then it piles up and it makes you feel like your entire life is a complete disaster when it doesn't need to be, because all of these are actually clean, but I'm just being too lazy. Why do I have sunglasses on the ground? I don't know. I have a box of Craig's cookies here because I ordered them yesterday and I had one today. And I was sitting in my bed as I was editing. This is the pillowcase that I use when I have oil in my hair, and it looks disgusting. It's actually clean because it was just from my self tanner, but like, tell me how I'm gonna feel so good with my life when my bed is looking like this and that's a pillowcase that I have. As you can see, well, actually it's not too messy here, but even just the sight of that is giving chaotic. We have the current workstation here. I am clearly just not working at my desk today. We have a box of tampons here because I'm actually doing a brand deal with them. So this is clean, but does that look like aesthetically pleasing and very motivating to be living in? No, absolutely not. I also filmed some TikToks here, so this is a complete mess, and that's kind of why this looks like a mess as well, because when I film things, I have to move things in certain areas, and then when I'm done filming, I take a second to decompress, and then this is how my place is looking. Honestly, my kitchen is the only thing that's not too messy, although I have dishes in here, which I obviously have to clean. My podcast studio, I mean, it is what it is. I have a lot of product here that needs to go in my PR cabinet that I've just been too lazy to put in. But I do think that this has got to be the worst part of my apartment right now. I just have a plethora, clearly, of products just everywhere because I either used them, pulled them out, or needed them for a video and just didn't put them back. We have clothes down here that don't need to be down here, and my shower with a bunch of curly hair. And I'm not even going to lie, it didn't even take me that long to have this place look like such a mess. But it's fine because we're gonna clean. And pro tip, if you don't like cleaning and you feel like it's gonna be a dread, yes, of course, put on some music, but put a timer on, because I feel like when you know that you only have like an hour to clean up, you actually get way more done. I'm not actually gonna put a timer on because I just know that I'm gonna be motivated to do this and it doesn't really matter, but sometimes I will put a timer on if I feel like I don't wanna waste my entire day feeling like I'm cleaning. So let's get to it. We're gonna feel so much better when we are done cleaning everything. Okay, so I finished cleaning. I am keeping this pillowcase because I have oil in my hair, so there's not a point on switching it because the oil will transfer on my pillowcases and I don't want to ruin them. I did a quick little tidy. I wiped off my side tables as well and got rid of basically everything here. That's just my bonnet as well as the pillowcase. We cleaned up the living room, looks so much better. Just doing this simply makes my anxiety go from a 8 to a 2. I cleared off my desk here as well and I wiped everything down. Oh, forgot to mention that my camera died and that's why I didn't film some of this. So yeah, sorry about that. I cleaned all my dishes. So my clean dishes are in here. That's where I let them dry. I put in a load of laundry, so that's drying right now. And then I just have the things that I needed to hanging. I didn't do anything with this PR because that's gonna be a different day for me to organize. And then we have the bathroom here, nice and clean. We have a candle going and I'm actually gonna do a deeper clean, and that's why I kind of only just slightly wiped the counters because I need more paper towel. Like I just need more like cleaning supplies and stuff. So I'll do a deep clean of my washroom, like the toilet, the shower and everything, but everything is very clean and organized, which is nice. Also, something that I did was I got rid of any old food, any old things that I really just didn't need, and organized to the best of my abilities, really. I think is another thing that makes me at least feel out of a rut is when I have groceries, when things are stocked and everything is basically fresh. And I feel like that's another thing that we tend to lose when we are in a rut is our eating habits. At least for me, if I'm not on my shit and I'm not like grocery shopping or I'm just not putting a lot of effort into my meals, I'll usually be eating like one meal a day or just like random things, which is fine. I don't need to be perfect. I don't try to be perfect when it comes to eating. I like to listen to my body, but there'll definitely be days if I'm in a rut where I'm eating like watermelon for breakfast, I had a coffee, maybe I had one solid meal with protein and that's it. And personally for me, that's not supportive. So maybe this is just a reminder for you if you have been in that slump, maybe take a moment, go to the grocery store, grab yourself some stuff to make your favorite meal. Don't make it so overwhelming either. I feel like when I'm about to get back into a routine, I make it the easiest thing for me to do when it comes to like any habit. So even if I hadn't been going to the gym for a while, which I have been, but if I didn't, and honestly, I kind of did that today, even though today was supposed to be the day that I did what I did, but I will do the easiest thing at the gym when it comes to grocery shopping or meal prepping. I will meal prep the easiest thing for me to make. When it comes to to-do lists and stuff, I will just make it so simple so that not only do you not get like, you know those Sunday scaries that you get when you feel like you're resetting your life, like the next day it feels so big because you're like, I have to get back into routine. I hate that energy and it's so not needed in this life for us to feel like that. So I do tend to plan like that so that I don't feel like that, because life is just too short to be putting all of these, like literally it's us, it's our own mental state that's doing it to ourselves, where we have these Sunday scaries or we have this like daunting feeling of the next day because we have to do goals and stuff, which is wild because these are things that support us. These are things that we should be motivated to do. These are things that we should really be enjoying to do. So whatever it is that you need to accomplish or get done, romanticize it and enjoy the process. And I know it's counterintuitive because we feel like taking care of ourselves needs to feel hard, but it literally does not. And do not do more things when things feel more at ease. At least for me, I do. When I enjoy my fitness routines, when I enjoy the meals that I'm eating, when I enjoy cleaning my space and listening to music and not stressing myself out about all the things that I have to do, life just feels so much better and I naturally want to do more. And that's even today. Like I was really easy on myself today before I even started recording, because the thing that I set up for myself was basically, if you feel like resetting your life after your workday, you can do it, but if you don't, that's fine. Like you can even reset your life and not film, or you can, you know, do whatever you need to do, and then even tomorrow you can do that, like whatever. I gave myself as much option as I could, and in turn, when I drop resistance, I naturally want to do more. And I understand that we can't always have the best schedules and drop all the things that we need to do until we feel like doing them. Because even for me, even though I work for myself, I'm an influencer, I have way more time freedom, all these things, my mind will always be on a grind mode. I will always be like that. I think naturally just, you know, having to grow up at such a young age and having no help or nobody to fall back on, there's just like, there's no plan B. So I am my sole provider. I am the one that needs to get these things done or it's just not going to happen. And that's how I've always been. So no matter how easier my life gets or how much more free time I have or money that I have, there's still things to be done. And quite frankly, that's just the nature of me. Like, I want to hit goals. I want to do more. I am always learning. I'm always up leveling my life. I'm always doing something. So I am still always in the back of my head, like knowing I have to do things. So it's not just a free for all, which I feel like some people think that when you become, let's say, like an influencer, but maybe even not an influencer, I don't know, if you just have your own business doing something, or you make a certain amount of money that you've never made before, that life is gonna be a breeze, or you can do whatever you want. That's really not the reality of it. And it's not that it's bad, it's great. I obviously enjoy my life now, and it is for sure better than it was before, and I'm more healed and I'm more healthy. I just think we are human beings who always have desire, and we always want to do things, and we always want to hit goals and stuff, which brings me kind of back to even this whole getting out of a slump thing. There's always going to be ebbs and flows in life. You're always going to slow it down, pull it back, or maybe you're stuck in a certain situation in your life right now, but then you're always gonna want to get out of it because you're a human being with desire. So stop looking at these like ebbs and flows as if it's not supposed to ebb and flow. Like, that is literally life. Life is cyclical. And like I kind of already said, that mindset shift literally made everything so much easier for me. And I actually ended up hitting a lot more goals in my life because I learned to adapt. And this is the skill that I keep telling people. I say this on my podcast a lot too. Stop trying to be a master of perfection. It's never going to happen. And instead, try to master the skill of adapting, okay? So when you're having low days, what are some things you can get done versus just dropping it all because you're like, oh my God, this day is not perfect? That is not you adapting. That is not you accepting the reality of life, which is you ebb and flow. But on the flip side, when you're flowing, how can you even do more? How can you get out of your comfort zone? How can you be even more productive instead of only doing the bare minimum because that's how you have set that standard for yourself, when really your energy could be up higher right now and you could maybe do more or be more. So anyways, that's just how I've lived my life. So even when I do get in slumps, I just kind of think like, it's normal. Obviously, depending on the type of slump that I'm in, is there an actual issue in my life? Do I need to address this? Is there like an emotional release that needs to happen? Do I need to talk to someone? Like, usually there's something that gets you into that slump, and I just become curious as to what led me in the slump in the first place. And that's my focus. My focus is not the fact that I'm in a slump. The focus is, okay, well, what brought me here? What do I need to work on? And how do I lovingly and slowly get myself back out and not make it a huge deal? So the last thing that I want to do before I end this video is I want to make this Greek yogurt chocolate bark because I saw it on Pinterest and I wanted to do it the beginning of this week. Then I didn't have the time, but now that my place is clean and I realized that this is the first Friday night that I've had in for a while, I want to make this and sit and watch Love Island and just relax. So I feel like this is a perfect snack to make. And I like the idea that it is like has Greek yogurt in it, which is high in protein. So I'm going to pull up this recipe. I am not good at following recipes. Like, I just do the bare minimum. All I have is white chocolate chips, Greek yogurt, and frozen berries. So hopefully that will be enough, and I will show you guys the finished product. Okay, so I didn't think about the fact that the yogurt bark would have to freeze, so that's probably gonna freeze overnight. I forget how long it said, but I'm gonna put it on the screen right now whether I like the bark or not, but I feel like I'm gonna like it, so hopefully I'm right. In the meantime though, I just made a yogurt bowl, which looks stunning. So plain Greek yogurt, I add a little bit of honey in it. I have granola, I put white chocolate chips on it since that's what I used in the recipe, and some frozen berries. So that is gonna be all, my friends. I hope that this video motivated you, inspired you, but honestly, I just hope that this video video made you think differently about being in a slump, because I really do think like the mindset shifts that I have made and what I've talked about in this video, like I am telling you, that is what has gotten me so far in my life, and it still continues to allow me to up-level my life. But understand that it is a process for you to even learn how to look at slumps differently. So if you try and do these tips or change your mindset, understand it's going to take some time, and that's fine. But also there's just always things that end up coming up. Even as I have hit many goals in my life and have up-leveled, there's still a new version of me, which is going to require me to get out of my comfort zone. It is going to require me to think differently, to change my habits in different ways. And if I haven't done that, it's gonna feel a little bit hard. And so the days that are feeling hard, I remind myself of this mindset of even the slumps, like it's a normal process. And the more you move through life like that, you end up becoming a lot more free. Genuinely, you stop worrying about everything. You stop wasting so much mental space on things that just don't even exist or are not even real, or just such limiting beliefs that keep you stuck and keep you not becoming the version of you that you actually could be. You're not going to become that version of you if you're constantly ruminating in limiting beliefs and things that don't serve you and things that are literally just not real and you're just getting caught up on. So as much as it feels weird to let go of limiting beliefs sometimes because it's so normal to you and it feels imperfect to do that, and like the road is rocky and things aren't the way you want it to, trust that that is the way. That is the way to actually change your life, is when things are feeling a little bit messy and you actually accept it. So anyways, rant's over. I hope you guys have a good day, week, whenever you see this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.